And hello everyone, and welcome to Ginger Prime. Thank you guys so much for being here, especially if you're watching this with me live or if you're a part of the VOD squad and checking this out after the fact. We are hopefully beating Final Fantasy 16 tonight. The good news is I've already gone to mass, I've already been to church, I'm churched up, and I'm ready to sit back and just lean into this game and hopefully get this thing over the finish line. I do not plan to step into the DLC tonight, but I want to clear the main story. And if I am not too exhausted or emotionally wrecked or what have you, then I will jump into some Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I've got the demo downloaded and I'm excited to step into that game as well. 2024, man, what a freaking great year for games. And shout out to Cream Bro Slice being the first to chat here today. Thank you so much. Oh, and we got Mech and Dragon. Looks like they chatted a while ago when I scheduled this stream on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to go above and beyond, channel memberships are open. We also have support and subscriptions over at Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you have a free Amazon Prime sub. You can feel free to drop that on us or any of your favorite content creators over on Twitch. It's free. It's Bezos bucks. Use them or lose them is the plan. Now, this stream and all streams for the next 30 days are brought to you with no mid-roll ad interruptions. Same thing for the videos, because Raiden Eden Gaming, he stepped up and leveled up his membership, and because of him, everybody gets to benefit. So if you guys have the opportunity, be sure to thank Raiden whenever you see him in the comments or on a live stream. So thank you so much for that. Anyway, without further ado, I just want to give enough padding and space so that anybody who accidentally rolls into this has plenty of time to know that we will be diving into spoilers. We will be having a good time. What's going on, Jonathan, over on YouTube? Thank you so much for being here. Jordan, as I live and breathe, with a tier 1 for 29 months, man. Thank you so much. Give Ultima a good slap. I'm looking forward to it. The last thing we did to catch everybody up to speed, if you're just curious, this is Streets of Madness. I just finished the Odin fight, and I am making my way to the Mother Crystal. What happens next? I don't know, but I was asking chat last night, and they said I was in a really decent spot to take a break and, you know, come back another time. And so my wife's like, hey, why don't you go try to see if you can finish Final Fantasy 16? They roughly estimated that would be like 2 hours if I kind of just beelined it the whole time. I will give myself a little bit of flexibility there. We'll see how we do, but I do think that concluding this journey tonight with you guys is going to be ideal. But for those of you who are new, or you have maybe forgotten, or you slept on the fact, you are welcome to join in voice chat. Whenever there's a cutscene, I'll just auto mute everybody, or unless everybody's just kind of quietly hanging out. But that is essentially kind of the game plan. I really love hanging out with you guys, talking video games, whether you're in text chat or if you're hanging out in voice chat. The invitation is open. The first link in the description will get you to the podcasts. It will get you to the Discord. It will get you to all the other content that I make. And it will also get you access, I think, to the comedy channel and so much more. So lots of random stuff. Somebody said, I don't plug the comedy channel enough. I just did. There we go. Ginger Prime Comedy. If you guys want to see the comedy podcast and also some of my stand-up material that we have recorded and more. More hopefully will be coming this year. We'll have to see how this year ultimately goes. Anyway, I'm bringing in voice chat. What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
Don't mind yourself.
Great. It's a trap. All right, let's continue to make our way.
You actually have an actual sword this time instead of some weird looking thing.
Yay for swords.
It's used as the sword.
Yeah, it's time for Brian to cause
Such damage was not my intention.
bullshit it was.
And if chat lets me, if you get the opportunity, let me know how the audio is balanced. I did make a couple changes with the settings. Really? Game is loud? Yeah, okay, cool. I was wondering that because I was trying to turn up the system volume while let me know if it's any more balanced now.
Still a little loud.
A little loud. Well, we're at another like 5%, so game is louder than me. Good to know. Chili joining in voice chat. How you doing tonight, dude?
Thank you. How are you?
Oh, great, man. Yahoo!
Wrong country.
Hey. They don't need to know that.
Just working on my fishing gathering tools.
Is the audio better balanced, Chili?
Let me It's a little bit better, yeah.
I mean, I can still lower it a little bit more. Boop. There we go. All right, sweet.
Or you could raise your voice volume.
That's the question. I don't know if I can. I mean, I guess I could add an audio gain filter. Nope, nothing in that door.
It's always hard to balance though with games like this, just because the action
There's
can
some
be so much
quiet.
louder than
Yeah,
music.
there's definitely like, oh, cutscene. It's like, okay.
Your mouse is in the middle of your screen. It's a little green thing.
All right.
Not what I was expecting.
Cool. I did not know it was capturing the mouse.
No, I've never seen that before.
So how's everyone's day been?
It's been really good.
Once we step
Oh,
onto that
one second.
bridge, we'll be
Cutscene.
easy targets. Then we better move quickly.
Very short cutscene. A two-liner.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes.
I'm still lost at sea, Hemrin.
You're lost at dude, didn't you?
Oh, come on.
You have no compass pieces? Nope. You don't save them?
Nope, I sell them.
Oh. I've held on to all mine. I have like 24. Where am I going? Let's do this one first.
And I myself am currently fishing on the Isle of Ken to try and
Nice.
get the
Barbie there
what they
too.
called. I wish. It's just me and my mangy mutt.
Oh, you're mangy. You use mangy mutt too, dude. No one uses mangy mutt.
What gamer is this?
I have 14.
Oh, 14. Mangy Mutt? What are you talking about?
It's from the yokai event.
Yeah, the
Okay.
ugly
It's,
dog
it's,
with the face.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the
I
dog
was
with
hoping
the,
it would
with
get
the
fished.
Sloppy.
Is the yokai event back or like?
No, it's just a
No,
pet
it's
you get
just-
from the event.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was just wondering because I was like, because I know there's the benefit from actually like having them out when
But-
the
Oh,
event's
is there?
going on. Yeah, when the event's going on.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I used to
I
get.
was just hoping it would scare the fish into being on my hook, and that would work. Doesn't, but we could hope.
I dream a dream.
Yeah.
Go.
Get surrounded.
I think I see an island in the distance.
Wait, where's Torval? He's around.
I can't wait till we can get Torgal in 14 though. I'm
What's
excited for
Torgal?
that.
One of the reasons I keep thinking his name is Torval. With a V.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
that's
just,
like y'all thinking April for that, right?
They said April, I think.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That I'm actually glad that that Yoshi P got a hold of 16's Yoshi P and decided for a crossover event for 16 and 14.
Look,
That they
all I
came to a
want to
mutual
say is,
agreement.
I hope that Yoshi P took Yoshi P out for a steak dinner. Like, now, they go out. Like,
Oh no, I know those guys.
Yeah,
they,
nice.
they don't like each other too much. I'm surprised they even did a crossover.
Blueprint. What's up, dude? Oh, we got another coral. Back-to-back
but,
nights
like-
with corals.
Nice.
What were you saying, Chili?
Still, it's a good business expense, right? I'd like two Wagyu steaks, please, under and both claim under business expense for two different people.
and SC will just becoming like,
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think they had that 2 billion in losses? It wasn't 16 did badly.
Because each steak was $1 billion.
It'll be interesting to see what like
what's
the
up,
PC
J-Dub?
version does. Hey, what's up, J-Dub? Thanks so much for coming and hanging out, man.
What's going on?
Not much, dude.
Just sitting here watching you playing my Goaty, my 2023 Goaty.
This is your goatee? Nice, dude.
Yeah. My
For
Goaty,
me,
man.
I'm such a Mario fanboy that like I couldn't with the kids like
Yeah,
you know
couldn't go against
I
it.
couldn't go against it. Like I was just like, this is what are you playing? Mario Wonder, like every night
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
the music in
Such a
this
great
game
game.
is so good, dude.
You know what's crazy? Like the audio in that game is so good. I just knew that it was a shoe-in for like at least like audio design or audio,
Yeah.
you know, for
And I'm happy that it got it
Awards.
because, like, the issue with 14 is it has some of the best audio, but because it's an MMO, a lot of game awards don't seem to put it up for the music award every year. Like, even when there's a new
Right.
expansion, kind of
I was gonna say
unfair for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Any game that any MMO that has an expansion for that year should be nominated for something.
I
Should
agree. I would
be
like to
able be
able, at least
should be
able
able
to be
nominate.
considered.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
like it's funny to me because like for as many people who claim to like MMOs, like I always just end up seeing more of the like opposite of like it's an MMO. It's like all right,
Like, I
Yeah.
can understand why it can't go up for Game of the Year as an expansion. I understand that. But for music, I'm sorry, but music.
well,
I like-
Cyberpunk did. Cyberpunk did.
and yeah,
Right,
that's off the
weird,
expansion.
right?
Yeah,
That's weird. That's an expansion.
that's true. That's true.
That was That was weird to me because Cyberpunk, should have been within the original year that it launched.
I guess
And it was just an expansion pack.
I guess what I would personally like to see from the Game Awards, and this is just a
Mm-hmm.
pipe dream, this isn't anything, is that when we talk about Game of the Year, like, I think that's so much more retrospective. Because it's like, in 5 years, what was the game of the, like, if we were like, what was the game of the year of 2023? Like, there's something where it's like games that kind of end up being timeless don't really get a shine in the Game of the Year awards because it's all about like when it released and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's hard because it's about marketing.
Yeah, you got to be fair that every new game that comes out as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you look at
If that's the case, Zelda Breath of the Wild would have been, Game of the Year for like 3 or 4 years running.
Oh, that's a good point. It's like, all right, guys, we're all still playing this,
Yeah.
See, because like I've been wondering if Tears of the Kingdom is going to be my 2024 game of the year because I didn't want to play it on a 20 frame per second Switch. So I was like,
oh, like, Switch 2, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, in Switch 2 coming out, it better come out this year.
One day, maybe, probably. Who knows?
Let's face it. Technically, that is the game of the year. We know why with the Game Awards, why they do what they do. They have to be, It's kind of like as much as I loved It Takes Two. It's like, it's a good game, but you got more studios who spend way more money. The game is way bigger, but because you want it to, be all inclusive, you gave it to this, this indie game, which is fine. I'm not arguing about it, but I do see some studios. They will probably be like,
I know people hate me for this, but I know people hate me for this, but I'm still saying that last year, you know what should have been up the best indie game? You know what should have been up the best indie game? Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, we were asking like, is Baldur's Gate an indie?
You're right.
And they don't have
PC,
a publisher.
Though,
They're self-published.
I guess it would be the PC game. I mean, the PC doesn't have a category, right? It's all mixed in with console.
It is. That kind of also is a little bit strange too, because I mean, like somebody was saying, because like I was playing Forza Motorsport, whatever the new one is, and they're like, and I was like it's great on PC, like it's great, and then but they were like, we're talking about the console version, and there's all these problems. I go, oh, interesting. I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. Well, I'm glad.
2023.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate 3.
That's not surprising. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to do a multiplayer playthrough. Go ahead, JJ. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because that is true. Because technically, when Cyberpunk 2077 launched, it was fine on the PC. It just sucked on the console.
Well, and especially on Stadia. And I know, like, I don't want to open up a cloud gaming debate with the internet because they get they get annoyed at me. I'm like, but no, like that's the thing for me that I was just mind blown by is how Google could not capitalize off of. Runs incredibly well. Like it ran incredibly well on Stadia, and people who had a high-end PC. So a lot of people would come in because I was like, yeah, I'm having no issues. And they're like, my PC doesn't have any issues with it. And I was like, what's in your PC? And they rattle off $6,000 worth of hardware. And I'm like, all right, but for the console players, I understand. I can understand why they're mad.
Yeah. But I'll be honest. That was their fault. What they should have did, right? If I'm CD Projekt Red, they should have did what they did with Baldur's Gate. Just launch it on PC, wait 6 months to a year until it was ready, because it didn't become ready and playable for a year anyway. I
100% agree. Like, while I will always be in the like, let's let games be everywhere. I'm perfectly fine with the concept of timed exclusives because as a developer, like it's easier to focus in on one platform. And then like, hey, we released it. Now it's like, because like here, Final Fantasy 15 runs great on the PS5, but there's still like, I know for a fact that when I get this on PC, like ultra wide support, like it's going to be sick, dude. Like I can't wait for that. Oh crap! I just died because I got too passionate.
Well, it's just like also
I would
talking about
like
another like horrible game launches. I mean, just take a look at New World and the problems that it had, just solely releasing on PC at its launch. Even people with
Oh yeah, and when it drops on consoles, this man, that guy just tears me up with that fire. When it drops on consoles, either this year or next year, like that's gonna open up a whole like that gives everybody another first impressions look at the game, you know?
Yeah. See, here's the thing about like PC. Not only do they get early access, right? So they get to see the game way ahead of time. They get to give their input on the game and stuff like that before that game actually launches. That's the benefit of being on PC. The downside of being on PC is with a lot of the multi-plat, especially that the console games that's ported to PC.
Yeah,
it's a hit or miss. If that game is going to be a good port or a bad port.
Especially if it's a Square Enix port.
yeah, that or a Sony port. It's like you have to cross your fingers and hope that, you know.
Well, isn't Sony just getting used to that though? Like they're just starting to step into that ecosystem.
I mean, if only just bought a company that does PC ports for them.
Yeah.
Take for example the last year of a game that came out that got a bad PC port.
Forspoken, yep.
Dude, why didn't they not launch on GeForce Now? I actually like Forspoken, and it's like people are like dogging on it, and I'm like, no, it's like a $40 game. I was like, guys, if you priced it at $40, like it's fun, like that's good for what it is. But I was like, man, this game would have been a showpiece on GeForce Now. But it was like
it's an AMD sponsored game. Matter of fact, they used FSR 3 recently to showcase the game. So that's why it's an
that makes sense.
Game.
Yeah, it was like wasn't that the same thing with Starfield, where it's like,
same thing with Starfield,
and they just finally added the DLSS, and it was crazy that the modders got to it first.
That's a legal thing though.
Yeah. Well, they pay their money, right? They pay their money and they sign contracts. They don't want
not just that. All the consoles are AMD machines.
Absolutely.
So, if 2 of the 3 things that you're making the thing for are AMD based, you're going to focus on making AMD tech over NVIDIA tech.
Yeah, if you showcase it running better on NVIDIA and AMD paid you all that money and with all the hardware in its consoles and stuff like that, that's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Because you're just highlighting that NVIDIA is better. Like, that would be crazy.
The best thing for me in this space right now.
None of it's going to have it.
Yeah. The best thing I'm excited about is that, like, PlayStation is starting to test out the PS5 in the cloud. Because it's like with their handheld, I was like, oh man! Like when they announced it, I was like, oh cool, yeah, that's gonna be perfect when, like, it's like, or be a PS Plus and just play your game. We don't care.
I disagree. All that
they're gonna update it. They're gonna update it.
All right, what's up, Cameron?
I said PS5 in the cloud is not gonna work out because of all that water vapor, man. So I'm just gonna short the thing out.
I played some games on the PS5 cloud and it was okay.
Yeah, like I love my PlayStation Portal, man. I could be at work, travel, and it just works.
See, I have and because of Chili, I use the Logitech G Cloud, and there's a PlayStation app that's $5 that does that. Like, and so it's like, dude, that's how I've actually grinded out so many levels in this game. I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna just play on my handheld.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the biggest benefit of having the Portal. It has the DualSense haptic feedback.
Yeah. The controller, the layout looks so much more comfortable. Like it looks like I'd be holding a PS5 controller with the screen.
Yeah.
And the screen is just so beautiful. I mean, the colors are so saturated. And
it's a Sony product. They make great screens.
Yeah. So I think that now I bought the Logitech G Cloud exclusively for Game Pass and stuff. So when I travel, but that brings me to another point, right? It's Microsoft kind of spearheaded the whole cloud thing. They got the Azure cloud servers. They got all the tech and stuff like that. Why did they? I feel like they just fell behind, or they just took a pause on the whole cloud thing, because the streaming is mostly at 720p. Yeah, you get some 1080p games. But if you play it the way I play it, why are the queues so long to get in some of the games, and why is the graininess of it is just
the
like,
xCloud is by
ushered
far
in.
like I think they have a lot of potential, but it's by far the worst of the services.
It is.
And it's like, and I play GeForce Now all the time.
It's number one. Google Stadia was number two, and PlayStation is number three. And believe it or not, PlayStation is ahead of
because they let you
xCloud
play
because
your
you can
own
do it
games.
4K, your own games, 4K, and it just works. There's no queue. Sitting in the line and waiting 2 minutes to play an Xbox game, like, come on.
But to be fair, I would argue that Sony did it way before Microsoft.
Oh yeah, they did. They bought Genkai or whatever,
Yeah,
and everybody was like
it.
dumbfounded by that. And it's so funny that we all fast forward, and it's like, what's your cloud offering? Like, I would love to see, and this is just the pipe dream of a coped out gamer, but I would love to see the like Nintendo to be like, here's our Switch 2, or you could also play it in the cloud. Up to you. We don't care. You know, it's like that would be such a dream. I'm gonna catch up on chat. Game is okay. That's June says, what are you sipping on, Bryn? I have a flower cup coffee mug that my wife, she made me a decaf coffee, so I'm just sipping on a little bit of a decaf coffee night.
Decaf.
Well, we're also talking about cloud gaming.
Coffee.
We're also talking about cloud gaming, another service that people usually bring up because they're also still somewhat new. Amazon.
Amazon Luma's system is it's a Windows-based backend. So from a like that's where like Stadia was so interesting because it was Linux-based, and with the Steam Deck, I'm like, oh man, like more support for Linux because there's some real memory strengths on that platform. Oh wait, sorry, I got a cutscene. 1 second.
Way to go. If you tap your strength here, you'll have none left to destroy the heart.
Then you'd rather die?
Yeah. Sweet action. Hey Fido, how you doing tonight, dude? All right. Let's go, team Leon. The characters in this game are so great. What's up, Midwest Plays? Thanks for coming by.
She's not alone.
Oh, that music is so perfect.
Surprised to see us.
How did you?
Gav. He told us exactly where you'd be. Even sniffed out a crack in the castle wall. And when we saw the heavens come crashing down, we had no choice but to believe him. It's been quite a day.
To what do we owe this honor?
A debt I would see repaid. Prince Dion. It's good to see you well. So, this must be Ifrit. Your uncle bade me give you a message. Listen to your heart and guide your steel true. Your father would expect no less. That is all. Thank you.
I love this game so much.
Your Highness.
Dion, please.
You do realize the only thing we've freed so far is this wall from its foundations, right? Now, if your lord and ladyship's quite finished.
Well said, Gav. We have work to do.
We have work to do, baby.
But don't suppose there's out I can say to make you change your mind. None won't.
And we wouldn't want to anger.
You mean? I've got some good stuff for you.
Let's see here. Level up on some potions.
It's
Dude, the characters in this game are so good, man. Like, it is. I love how they've written these characters. They're just so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching you where you are, but once you get a little bit further, things are going to start unraveling. Some of the characters, you're going to get to know who they are, who they're kin to, and stuff like that. Yeah,
dude, I love that. It's so funny because I'm just like, this is like Game of Thrones. It's like, it's absolutely Game of Thrones, and it's nothing more was like on the nose the entire time. Was Ifrit and Shiva, Jill and Clive. That's a song of fire and ice, man. Like come on.
Absolutely.
I can make for you.
I'm gonna talk to these
characters.
Neon Road
brings the hope of reunion.
Talk about stuff that's on the nose. I did like the fact that
I missed you too.
the quest line for this year's Fantasy 14 like New Year's event, which is it's because it's the year of the dragon. The quest line was not like a dragon.
Yeah.
Not like a dragon. I'm like, Yakuza reference.
Yakuza reference?
Yeah.
There is still much I would learn of your tale.
Yeah,
And also, the quest is the achievement is next time on Dragon Bow.
I'm waiting for my car to warm up.
I do not envy them.
Okay, I can't really understand you that well, but
Who said what?
I'm waiting for my car to warm up.
Hey, Nanny. It sounds like you're mumbling.
I'm on speaker. I'm on my phone. I'm just waiting for my car to warm up.
There you go.
There it
It's
is.
clear. You're clear now. Yeah.
All right, I probably have a cutscene. 1 second, guys.
You see, Clive, we're not alone. If we are to win the day, we must all play our part. And ours. Ours lies beyond those doors.
We fought long and hard for this moment. Sid's dream, our dream, is within our grasp.
We need only endure this final trial, and we shall. Together.
You all know what it is that awaits us beyond this gate. And we shall face it together. Aye.
Oh, that's quite the army.
It seems our hosts would rather we remain. I will stay them.
We will stay them. Go!
Just don't keep us waiting.
Thank you.
Oh, you.
Welcome, sons of fire.
Oh. Yeah, Torgal. Yeah, I'm looking forward to picking up the DLC as well. Yeah, let's go Torgal.
Joshua! Joshua! Wake up!
Clive, is that you? This isn't stone here.
Welcome to our darkness. A rift rift between worlds wherein your kind might reflect.
Show yourself!
Grave and many are the sins of man, and we would have you know them, all of them, as fate has seen fit to deliver you home. Consider this our welcoming gift.
It would seem we are trapped.
And the only way out is through Ultima.
Thanks, guys, for the 14 likes on the stream, by the way.
We find him, and we leave.
I'm like, I'm kind of getting too hot. I've just got here today. I'm getting a bit tired. I should head back to the hotel. Turned round, and I realized I was at the hotel still.
That's
I
funny.
just walked around the hotel.
Yeah. Hey, I got to steal that meme. That is literally us. That's literally how we are. I see these places like Illinois, Nebraska and stuff. There's this blizzard out, and you'll see little kids standing out waiting for the bus with like 6 feet.
To comprehend the full extent of your transgressions, we must go back to the
beginning.
When the world was still young, we visited upon it a miracle, magic, and in its light did all life flourish. Yet the price for this boon would prove heavy. A pall descended upon the land, painting the horizon black as night. Though we labored to forestall its spread, in this one endeavor we stood powerless. And so we fled, that we might endure, that we might discover a means of salvation.
But if it was magic that caused the blight, what of the mother crystals?
I expect he'll tell us soon enough.
This feels like a typical Final Fantasy trope of like, boss talks to us, we run down hallway, boss talks to us again.
So you found my lair.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yes. Allow me to build the bridge so you can get to me.
but not all the bridge. I must continue talking before it hits the bridge.
And he dies from his own hubris and the power of friendship.
Salvation,
Or in this case, brotherhood.
was not readily to be had. First, we would require a land unvisited by the stain of corruption. An unprecedented journey lay before us, one beyond the limits of our fleshly bodies. And so we cast them off. Thus, stripped to our very spirit, did we find our new paradise. A land as pure as driven snow. Valisia. There would the true work begin. For the black crept yet behind us. And soon did we arrive at a solution. The illness having spread to every organ, there was but one escape from this fate: to start afresh.
The one for which Barnabas labored. A paradise free from the blight where his God awaits. And where, if we only forfeit our wills and abandon everything we hold dear, humanity can join him.
So fascinating.
Ultima would have us follow in the footsteps of the king.
And follow we shall. For now.
Dawn Trail is probably going to be released in June, July.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they,
Capitalism is always fun.
And we got Rebirth coming next month too, so that's a lot of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, see, I haven't played Remake yet, and so that's why I was like, I wanted to finish 16 so I can play Remake, and because then, you know, and Rebirth probably soon after that, so that's where it's like, man, 2024, like, the only thing I'm short on is time. It's like, how can I make more time to play games?
In these games here, they're like 40 hours.
Would require not only power, but a constitution strong enough to wield it. Acquiring the first would be simple. Untouched by the blight, Valisia was replete with ether, and we had only to place jewels in her crown to claim it. Acquiring the second, however, demanded creativity. And so I cast forth the seeds of humanity.
You created us.
Is that not what gods do? We sowed the seeds for you, Muthos, all that you might one day blossom. And our future thus secured, we thought to slumber, though that would prove a grave mistake. For it was as we slept that man committed his greatest sin. He awoke. Alone in a world bereft of his God's radiance, he stumbled blindly, desperate for guidance. Finding no light, he sought to kindle his own. And from that single errant impulse was his will born. Having discovered himself at last, man turned his eyes inward and found he desired evermore that which only magic might afford. So wars were waged and brothers slain for custody over that dwindling resource. And the land, she wept tears of black.
He would condemn us for this. Surely he cannot be so blind to his own hypocrisy.
Not blind, just unwilling to admit the truth. Though we're one and the same.
We can all enjoy.
Sorry to keep muting you guys. Ultima keeps
dare
talking.
you?
He just keeps talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, we're having a great conversation. Oh, she's back. You know? Yeah, exactly. That's a great sound effect.
Only you, Brian. The Square Enix programmed it to only talk to you.
Pretty much. Right?
Well, he is a ginger.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And remember, it was Kiss a Ginger Day recently.
I know. I saw that. That was fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's about
I
to
like
start
that.
talking to me again. They're changing the camera angle.
I like how I've been fishing here for so long. The game's like, the fish are scared of you. Please move.
Yeah.
Is that
Ifrit, or what's left of him?
Long have our ashes lain cold for want of a spark. Cast your eyes upon them and see what you must become. Valisia cannot endure a second claim upon her being. The avarice of man drives her ever closer to destruction. But she may yet be saved by you. It is what you were born to do, why we nursed you and fed you, as your own mother should have. And now that you are fully grown, our Mythos, it is time at last for you to serve your purpose.
To right your wrongs. If our sin is wanting to survive, then you are as marked by it as we are. The fault is yours. Our wills were born because you abandoned us. And now, you would have us forfeit them. All for a place in your new paradise.
Do you imagine yourselves worthy of one? Mankind has no place in our world. Is this truly so difficult to comprehend? We only ever require you, Mythos, when the time comes to bid this wretched realm farewell. None shall follow, none shall remain.
What do you mean, none?
This is our world. Once the land's rebirth is complete, humanity will have served its purpose. Why would we continue to suffer that which has caused us so much vexation?
Because the land doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us all! What?
That is where you are mistaken. You own nothing but your precious will.
Brother. I can't do this alone. And you don't have to.
Hey, Barbosa.
Of your descent. Now you must learn that this master will not.
Ooh, all right, all right. Finally getting away from the talk and getting into the action.
My friends. My family. We have all suffered. All fought to survive. This world.
Yeah, Q soaking.
It may be broken, but it's all we have. And if we can't share it, I see only one other choice. You have to go.
You may have created us, Ultima. But it's time we lived on our own terms. This isn't your world anymore.
That music's so good, dude. Yeah, it's finally time to fight Ultima.
My real anticipated game is, of course, Dawn Trail, because, you know, I'm a Final Fantasy 14 fanboy. So. But there's some games where I can't really consider it, like, I can't say it's my most anticipated game because it wins it by default, so I feel bad for any other games.
Yeah. Yep.
like if Light No Fire is released this year, like I think that would be my most. But we don't have a date on it.
Yeah, I hope we get more details on that.
I think we will. Like it. They've done some interesting things. Like they were actually like spending money on marketing, so it's like.
Also, I'm interested to see. I can't talk more about it because I'm going to get into trouble. But also, Project U. I'm looking forward to that as well when we get more details about that. But
oh yes, Stellar Blade.
No, Project U.
Project U.
Project U.
Project
Me. See what that's about.
Again, I will get in trouble if I mention too much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, they've been working on it for like 22 years now, so I'm interested.
I'm interested in Dragon Dogmas 2, and then I'm looking forward to, like, if I beat this, I'm going to play some Grand Blue Fantasy Relink demo tonight. See how that is, because it's like, I've been excited about Grand Blue for a while.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, jump. Dude, how about that fight you had with Benedicter?
Dude.
That was crazy.
The characters
right?
are so great. Like, and Benedicter,
Dude,
like,
epic.
that's who, like, a character that I wish we could see more of, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then, like, when you fight Garuda for the first time, like, and then it's just like you just see, like, that's the thing that's fun about, like, all the unique dominant fights. They're not like, oh, it's a dominant fight. Like, everyone is different. And I was like, that's really cool.
Yep. Yeah, once you unlock your unlock a lot more moves and stuff like that, like this game just really opens up, and it's just such a good game.
And it's fun that they're already talking about 17, you know, just like in interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there definitely needs to be a 17, guys.
Yeah.
I think one of the problems with the franchise is just how long it takes them to make a game now. Where, like, like in the past, like if you didn't have, let's say you're like, oh, I don't really like 8 or something like that. 9 was right around the corner. Like it was, you know, like at most you're waiting like 2 years, as opposed to now it's like, well, I guess that's that decade.
Others would disagree.
Games are just so much bigger now, and the graphics, the art style, the levels are just so much bigger than what they used to be back in the PS2 era and stuff like that. And it just takes longer.
Yeah.
You know, they actually have voice dialogue and cutscenes, and not, just subtitles.
The biggest difference is you've actually got 3D graphics versus technically 2.5D, because a lot of PS1 games, a lot of PS1 games, although they're 3D graphics, they're a background with with a character on top of it.
Yeah.
So you don't have all the different camera angles that you have to move like you do now.
Well, in every generation, you got all the new tech that comes, and they have to learn that tech and try to shoehorn that stuff in there. It is what it is. And
maybe in America, by the way, you got to wait a year. I remember living in England and having to wait like a bajillion years per game.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have it where like games are launching in different territories first, and then the other territories will come later. It's like, man,
It's not too bad now. Now it's okay.
Yeah, no,
Back then,
now it's like a week or two, but back then it was like months.
Final Fantasy 12 launched at the same time as the PS3 here.
Wow.
Well, but I think it's one of the like games I really enjoyed, and it's like it was like I thought it was truly great. It was like for me, I was like, what? People don't like 12? What?
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of 12.
Whoa.
Just didn't something about it didn't interest me at all. But then I was addicted to 11 at the time, so
That's yeah.
And that's
it
another
felt like
thing.
why would I want to play 12 when I've got the online version?
Yeah. And that's another thing. You know,
I don't know
it's,
anything about 12. I forgot it even existed.
you know, these games, they're doing them in a way where the appeal is it's open up to more people who are just not into the whole turn-based type thing. It opens up a little bit more action, so the it's more casual.
I mean, that's the good thing
way-
about 7, in my opinion, because 7. By the way,
I wouldn't say it's more casual. It's just literally catering to a different audience.
That too. That's what I meant. That's what I mean. But
Brian was
for
saying,
some
like,
reason, people call it casual. Yeah, people.
Like Brian was
they
saying,
use that
like,
term.
their biggest issue is that they don't pump out enough games in time. That is not the complaint that I've heard. The complaint that I've heard is that they've gone way far from their original roots that made their games so good.
Yeah.
And so now they've, for lack of a better term, forsaken their core audience.
Well, but that's the point, like that I'm trying to make is that because it's also so long between games, every game in Final Fantasy forsakes some aspect of what came before because it's like it should be allowed to be free to do what it wants because that seems like it's the nature of what it means to be Final Fantasy, but the long wait makes that very hard because imagine if it's like a whole week, like you used to get like 3 Final Fantasy games in a generation. Now if you're getting one, that forsakenness feels way more biting because it's like, well shit, now I gotta wait 8 years? It's like before I get another opportunity to. And so it's like if they can cut that gap down.
I disagree. I think
that's fine.
Despite the gap, once people find out it's not like Final Fantasy, whatever. It's not turn-based or it's not, it lacks RPG elements. You immediately lose those people.
Yeah.
So that wait is negligent. It's a
that was a big argument.
There were people who were excited for Final Fantasy 16, and once they found out it was action combat and lacked significant RPG elements, people tuned out. That's
not an RPG.
That is partially to blame.
Yeah, I was thinking it was an RPG, but it definitely is not. And so it's like
that belief that what I just said is partially to blame why the
what makes a game an RPG? That was a big argument that they had on Twitter and stuff like that. What really makes it? You upgrade your weapons, you upgrade your stuff, you farm, what really constitutes the RPG?
I think essentially it's like it actually is oddly enough like the only way to really kind of address this. Yoshi P says it's kind of insulting. It's like if you go play Baldur's Gate or even Starfield or like the other RPGs that came out, they give you a lot of player control over the narrative and what you decide to do. So it's that, where in Final Fantasy, it's like, this is why it's like, they use the term JRPG, but the idea ends up being like you're playing through a predefined story, Yeah. And it's as opposed to like Baldur's Gate 3, there's a story and how you choose to interact with it.
It's
it's different for everybody. And that's one of the things that makes like those RPGs more interesting to watch from especially a content creator's perspective. because a Final Fantasy experience is a Final Fantasy. It's like there's not a people are like, oh wait, what? You mean you're fighting Ultima? Like, oh, I sided with Ultima, and this was the effect, So that ends up being. I think that's how I would say the separation is. Now, in 16's case, well, I think this game's incredible. I do feel like like when I play Elden Ring and when I play, like even Monster Hunter, like those are two games that I'm stepping into the first time. Like those games force me to engage with the RPG systems. I have, and I sit on ability points all the time. In 16, I have no directional goal of I'm going to grind until I unlock that skill. Where in past Final Fantasies, I had that. I don't have that here, and I do feel that is one thing that would constitute what would constitute an RPG outside of story narrative. It might be a cutscene, just as a heads up. I don't know if I beat Ultima or if I just beat. This isn't my final form, Ultima. So we'll see what happens.
Not the final form.
You'll see.
We'll have Rhea come in and talk for
I'll be right
another
back.
40 minutes.
Oh yeah.
At last, for countless generations, have we awaited this moment.
Yeah, I think AI actually is going to be a huge boon to that, because I think if you can get back to smaller teams that can do more, then I think you're going to see a benefit. But people will lose their jobs, and that sucks. But that's also what's been going on before AI. So I don't know how much AI is truly going to impact all of it, but I do think that it's going to hopefully will give people a lot more options.
Yet your soul remains heavy with sin.
I don't think Forspoken was trash. Forspoken is a $20 to $40 game. It's decent.
Repent, and all
And it got hated on so much. I don't know. Like, I enjoyed it. I connected with the main character because she reminded me of my mom a lot. My mom went through a lot of abandonment, as a kid. So I was like, yeah, this is I get what she's going through. Ooh, I'm sitting on a throne. It's not a $70 game because, like, greatness, like, is it worth playing? Yeah. Like, what should you spend on it? I wouldn't spend more than $40. If you find it for 20, like, it's definitely worth, in my mind, $20, right? I look at the value. Oh, yeah, Sid.
How many lives have you saved since taking my name?
Fewer than we have ruined. Wherever we go, we leave a sea of tears in our wake.
These are the wages of your will, son.
What good are our choices when all they ever bring, all they will ever bring, is death?
There's no atoning, Clive. No matter how hard you try.
So why not leave it all behind?
Leave it all behind.
Bring him back, Joshua. I think 16 is way more polished than Forspoken is.
Somebody save me.
Oh, whoa.
Won't anybody love me?
I yearn, yet still she is not mine. Have I not given enough?
This is wild. I did not expect this.
Born desire, and it is this which consumes you, rendering you incomplete.
Do you not see how the world bends and warps under the weight of your hungering hearts?
What if it could all just go away?
Just go away.
It's a cool little effect. Rush, but it's like the technical requirements were also so astronomical. Like it still bothers me that they didn't, and it hasn't come to GeForce now, because it's like it ran great on my machine, but not everybody's got my machine, right? And I was able to play it in ultra wide, and it's gorgeous. Like there's beautiful, lots of open, empty space, but like I had a good time with it. I got the DLC stuff. I want to finish that. I probably put out another review on the DLC.
None of this is real.
Wake up.
Wake up.
No worries.
Clive.
This is a good scene.
Clive. That's right. You're my brother.
Brother.
Yeah.
Remember who you are.
Clive.
Once more, lest you forget.
My name is Clive. Clive Rossfield. Look. Ultima.
Mm-hmm.
Even here, the light of the vessel's will cannot be quenched. And the Phoenix, his trespass should not have been possible. Not possible unless he has been with Muthos all along. The mark of the Phoenix, emblazoned upon his heart, made manifest by the power of will alone. The power of creation. Can it be? Are their wills truly so potent?
Are you still talking?
Yeah. He kind of looks shocked. I don't know if that was... Did it just go through him?
This is no mere evolution, it is deviation. And herefrom does Logos rise.
Hmm. Boom. Ashes to ashes.
Sorry to wake you, but I think it may be time to leave this place.
And once again, does my creation stray from the path laid before it? Steeped in conceit, you fancy yourself a god. You embrace Logos. But we will put an end to this hubris.
What are you talking about?
In the halls of origin, does our true power quicken? And there shall you be made complete. Soon, Muthos, soon you will discover how little you know of suffering. And so the crystals are no more. Yet in their silence, a new song rings. Its chorus building, a crescendo as it enters its final movement, stirring those long aslumber to waking. And back to their origin.
Okay. No. Is this a crystal tower? Like a cocoon? Hmm.
The bloody crystal's cracked. So where the hell are they? Oh, fuck me.
Gav.
Is that ether?
What in good Grieger's name is going on?
This is wrong.
Are we back?
Clive! Joshua!
Jill! Is everyone all right?
We're fine. What happened?
Too much to explain here. Mate! We're leaving! Now! Everyone, fall back to the ship!
I will be with you anon.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. That was wild.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I need to tell everyone what
So,
happened to your
Brian,
spine.
is it,
And I'm going to need Otto's help.
Nah, not yet, man.
Game over for... No, it's not yet? Not
Not
for
yet.
16 yet?
Not yet.
Clive. Go on, then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Defender is better than what I've got. But let's see if I can craft something.
So that cutscene was truly...
It's a trap! Yeah.
No, just boring.
Oh, I guess I have to buy the one. Interesting. All right.
Should last you a good while. No scratches, all right? You can thank me later. And?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
Yeah, a little bit better.
You'll not find a better price than that.
The Defender.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that I saw on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck then.
One second.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
Sounds all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we gonna manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset. Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be, but a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
Was Final Fantasy VII your first Final Fantasy? T-Love? And yeah, they do change.
We have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I am still your sworn shield.
That you are. And what of my wings?
Mm-hmm.
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins.
Well, good news, 16 should be coming to PC soon. Hopefully.
Your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. but their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this. If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for. We are in your debt, Dion. We can speak of debts when this is over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think one of the only real big myths this game had was it launched exclusively on PS5.
He speaks like a man.
And that was a
he's not
paid
coming
deal.
back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Cutscene. Hey, side quest from Joshua. Let's see what this is about.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will.
How you doing, Wes?
How?
All right, just trying to stay warm here.
Yeah.
Beneath Rosalith
We
Castle.
went to church today, and I tell you that wind kicked up, and it was rough getting in and out.
The Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the duchy.
What was it, 50 degrees?
25.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in taking.
And it's the wind that makes that even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't get above freezing here in Texas until Wednesday.
Of course.
Okay.
So and we should get some precipitation either tomorrow or Monday.
Cool beans.
No, this is not the DLC yet. This is the main story. So, making my way. We got some extra side quests. We're gonna grab these. I've been enjoying the side questing. Well, I got a lot of side quests for us.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer.
Are we gonna get
recently freed from his bonds is keen to
a
join the
water and a
Controversies.
snack? here in a
As
second.
you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but
I was on the wrong live feed.
Because
Oh.
I used to be a scout. Our ranks are filled
Were you on the one waiting for the relink?
Yeah, for the Grand Blue Fantasy.
Yeah, I figured after I beat this, I'll jump into that.
Why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you happy to oversee the boys' test then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
All right, sweet.
Northreach.
See, like 14 with the new game plus is nice. The thing I wish that like all MMO, like RPGs at a minimum would do, would be anytime you log in, it gives you the ability to be like previously on, you know, Dragon Quest 11 did that. Dragon Quest 11 did a lot of like what I would critique for 16 for not doing. Like they have a 2D version of Dragon Quest 11 that's a part of the game, and I'm like, you know, you can play the whole game in 2D or you can play it all in the new modern style, and I'm like, wow.
Sid, you have to help us.
Yeah, I haven't touched any of the DLC yet.
They just have the one out, and then the other one comes out later, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I bought both of them, but just haven't even accessed or touched any of that yet. I've been on other games.
She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
I guess I could bring it up on
That's
both.
what I said. In the clouds.
That's you.
Where?
Well, she does have a lot on
Where
her mind.
is? There's the Twitch.
When
Okay.
did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid?
And usually if you got that one, you should have the Twitter one going too.
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together.
Yes, Texans don't forget, especially when someone flees the state.
Yeah.
Ever.
That Julie sent me that meme, and I was just cracking up because it's so true. It's like every time it's really cold, that will always be the memory.
She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah. Being a week and a half without power, huddled in a corner for the house for warmth. Yeah, that's not a...
We like are on like an essential grid, so we didn't lose power that often, but we tried to obviously dramatically cut the power we were using. But I remember I was up in the attic with the hairdryer, keeping the pipes from freezing because it was like, oh.
No, it was, yeah. Ours was, you would have power for like a minute during a day. Just like to check news, take a shower, wash up, and then the power would be shut off. And that was the rest of the time. It was literally 9, 10 days, no power. When it finally came back online, we had to hear from all the other stuff they did. I was like, at that point, I was like, yeah, whatever.
They relied too much on magic. And see where that got him.
I'll add it to the BS bin, and y'all can go on your lives.
Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is
There
my
it is.
baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell, like
Strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
I'm gonna get myself some water and maybe a snack, and I'll be right back, guys.
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied, but then again, when isn't she?
I'm alive.
You're alive.
Back. Welcome back. Yeah, so side and the official record of the town right now says that we're at 9.5 inches at the deepest.
I'm back. Wes watching all 3 streams, baby.
Welcome back.
Hell yeah. Thanks for that support. Lurk support is support, guys. I love it. And then, so I decided I made an executive decision because I was like, oh wow, it's already like almost 11. I'm going to save just so I can do this later. Back here.
We're gamers. We never trust the autosave function.
It's not an autosave thing. It's I think I'm just gonna move to the MSQ as opposed to doing these side quests because I was like, oh man, like, oh, did you beat it, Brian? It's like no. It's like no. Let's beat it.
Are you winning, son?
Are you winning, son? Make for origin. Okay, that's the map. Got me some almonds too.
By the way, I love the fact that doing the relic tool quest, the NPC is like, okay, so here's the weapon. If you want to stand there and put your hand in the air while holding the weapon, you should do that now. Okay, growth.
All right, cutscene. Sorry.
Well, while you're at it,
Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, Mitt.
We'll see.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite. Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him. And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Torgal.
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
So nice. Ooh. Oh yeah, and are you ready for the update this week?
I love you too.
Yeah. Woo, baby.
Now, we have a god to kill.
Origin.
Here they come. Hold on, Joshua. Already am.
So I haven't played the MSQ since 2.1, I don't think. So I don't know what the story has been going on.
It's going to make us a way in.
But I'm really excited that see what how people kind of react to it this week. Oh no, you're good, dude. I'm not spoiler sensitive. All right, into Origin. What's gonna be really interesting to see is like when the actual release date is for Dawn Trail, because it's been a long gap.
Where it all began, where it all begins, our arc, your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered. Here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
This music is so good.
Dominance. We will show you what it means to suffer.
Ultima Prime. There we go. All right. Dominant fight. Let's go. Oh, snap.
You having fun?
This music is so good.
Nice.
Like, I'm hitting at all of these, but he's getting the upper hand. It's funny. It's interesting. Our life is Ifrit Venus and Muhammad. What do you say, Cameron?
I said you're gonna win anyway. This is.
Well, I hope so.
This is pretty typical of.
Yeah. I'm glad that you think my gamer skills are that good.
No, this is just how the stories play out.
Yeah.
So far, it's been pretty. Let's just say, from what I've seen tonight, I am not impressed with the story.
I was laughing in my head a little bit ago because it's like it's so Final Fantasy that what begins with like this war or what have you ends in we gotta go kill a god, guys. It's like every time. Yeah.
Not this time. Move aside, Phoenix. You will answer for what you've done. You cannot control us! Joshua! And you will not claim us! Ever!
So fun to watch.
Sorry, I'm getting ready for bed.
No worries, dude. No worries.
You're not in bed already.
Leave us right away.
I sleep all the time. I tell everyone that. Nobody believes me, but I do.
Oh, try disaster. Yes.
References.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Ultima Prime thwarted. Seriously? Like, no experience.
You are winner.
And you only surrendered. This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
Anyway, I'm going to jump out chat and watch the rest of the stream before I go to sleep. So,
all right, man.
Have a lovely night, everyone.
Have a good night, Chili.
And, you know, as always, I'm Chili, one half of Mugor Radio, blah, 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 blah. Just remember to like and subscribe to this right now. Enjoy the rest of 16.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Oh, you don't know? So the classes that are coming, Viper is brand new, but the Pictomancer comes from Final Fantasy VI.
I'm excited to get back into Final Fantasy.
Yeah, once I lose the rest of this weight, I'm looking forward to getting caught back up. I'd like it. It'd be awesome if I'm able to get that done by the launch, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, Chili.
I ask not for assistance. Only forgiveness!
Now, Father, it is done.
Clive! Clive! No.
Thank the Founder. Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be alright.
And Dion. Take my hand.
I told you, I'll be...
Come on.
Thank you.
Press on.
Always.
I'm sorry about Dion.
Don't be. Please. He did what he had to do.
And it's time we did the same. Should we stop?
Because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive.
I suppose we are.
That light, so So empty. We're close, aren't we?
It seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there.
Then think instead of those waiting for us at home. Clive.
They can't be.
But they are. This is the Nexus. A wellspring of life. Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber. That together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the Mother Crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude, Mythos. In this you have served us well. You have both served us well. Welcome home, brother.
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Joshua! No!
And now we can become one.
possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit and the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance. In vain. In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be. With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will.
So how was your cold treating you, Brian?
What's up?
Said how was your cold treating you?
Finally over it. I got a little bit of a cough still, but
yeah.
To call you my shield. But now, it is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive. For being my brother.
Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien!
Oh no, that was right. Yeah.
Why? Why did you do this? Joshua! Joshua!
And thus does the final piece fall into place. The incantation primed, but one task
and the Oscar
remains
goes to
empty the vessel.
Clive.
yeah.
I don't see why they don't have a category for it already.
Yeah, I know, right?
You hire voice actors as talent, they're still actors. Their work should be recognized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the voice acting in this game is phenomenal.
With me to the end.
Well, and now also they do mocap and stuff like that.
You would deny
And a lot of this stuff.
Last, what, 8 years now?
Mm-hmm.
If you think about game development, it's not just... They do so because it's easier for them to animate those character movements in the game and gives the character its own individuality at the same time.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Lost? How you doing, dude?
What's up, fellas? I see you're having a late night tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to beat 16, and then I want to, if I'm not too tired after this, I want to check out Grand Blue Fantasy. Otherwise, I'll schedule that, push that out further.
Ginger After Dark.
Ginger After Dark.
Are you streaming right now? Or?
Yeah, I'm on everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, there's a live icon. Greetings, fellow humans.
Greetings. Oh no.
I feel like all those damage numbers aren't actually useful. Like, we're just putting these on the screen, so it feels like you're doing something.
Oh, yeah, 50,000. Oh, 50,000. Oh, yeah, that was...
That you're going to count 23 16,000 times? Yeah, sure. You will. It's a very pretty game.
I'm very, yeah, like I really enjoy like 16. I just wish it came out on PC because I feel so frustrated because it's like if you're a Final Fantasy fan and you are like I'll wait for PC. It's like you have to avoid so much of the internet, and the chances are getting spoiled. You know.
Yeah, but it'll come out.
Yeah. I'm just saying when it does, I think that's going to be really nice that more people are going to be able to play the game.
What's like what happened with Rebirth? Not Rebirth, Remake.
Yeah.
It's that it and its DLC were all on PlayStation. You had to wait almost 2 years before it showed up on PC.
Yeah. Whoa, Aki! Thank you for hitting the Dreammaker level membership here on Prime. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your perks and your rewards, and be sure to have your Discord thing hooked up if you haven't already. And man, thank you. Oh my gosh. I got lots of exclusive videos and stuff for you as well. So we'll be getting into the game we're working on. I was telling somebody else that like we were kind of walking. I was like doing some the design stuff. and they're like, "Holy shit, this is really cool." I was like, "Yeah, I just hope it's under $60,000. We'll see, because it's gonna probably be pricey in order to do it like the way I want it." And I was like, even if like at the end of the day, like it breaks even, like at least I'm like, oh, we got a game out there, you know. I hate when they teleport and I start that ability.
You can use up that cooldown for nothing, you know?
I know, right? It's like, no!
Get back here! Stop it!
Trying to get him to... There we go, staggered. There we go. Now I'm feeling some momentum. Thank you, Augie. I can't thank you enough for doing that. I really appreciate the support. Oh, come on, Brian.
I've back way up on power levels for Destiny since I played it last. I think it was like 1500 or 1600 last time I played.
Oh, I mean, they usually do about 150 to 200 power levels for just the main campaign.
Second, I got a cutscene.
I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become
Free?
free? No, I forbid it. You are not a god. You are but flesh and bone. You are not one of us. I created you, all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
Once, perhaps. But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one!
It's for probably
Yeah.
6 or 7 years.
Tap that square. Tap it.
Tap it. Tap, 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 tap. Give it a little, get a little tap. Little tap, tap, baroo.
Look at the square. He just had to one-up you and like transport the game again.
These icon fights are so fun. It's like that, like, was it you lost? I was talking about the numbers. It's like, yeah, 30,000. Sure, yeah. What does that mean?
Because that actually matters. Because I'm.
Yeah, like I'm slashing him for like 30K. Hey, Augie saying hello. Thank you, Augie, so much for that membership. Yeah, it's a good like reminder. Like Raiden, who also became a member, knocked off all the mid-roll ads for everybody for the next 30 days. So y'all are the best.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. It was like it's interesting because like I was always like, yeah, like just try to have try to create a lot of value, and so like from the where the members started at $1 back in the day. But it was like that nobody was really interested in it, and somebody was like, you're not valuing your content enough. I'm like, all right. and then yeah, they're right. Like, cause like people who want to do that, they like having that as they like having that stuff, and I'm like, cool. So
you still working on getting over that cold?
I'm sorry, 1 second.
You're good, bud.
It's like I gotta turn down that game volume in my ear. I can hear y'all a little bit better. What do you say?
That's it. You're still working on getting over the cold?
A little bit. I feel like fine. I just have like you can probably hear some of it in my voice.
Glad you're feeling better though.
Yeah, dude. It was like, gosh, I actually felt like I still cough a little bit, but I was told like, yeah, the cough's just gonna kind of last for a little while, and then.
Did you have the gonorrhea to herpes syphilis?
I don't know what that is.
That's a no, Brian. That's a no.
That's a no.
All right. Yes.
It was a yes. Let's see what happens when you have fun.
Oh, wow. Look at that stagger damage. Holy smokes. Oh, come on. Come on. Enough. So I have played Cyberpunk 2077. I actually have it in the expansion. When it comes to that game, it's so impressive, and it runs on GeForce Now, so it's like it's been wonderful. And it's just not a game that I can play around the kids. And so like we were talking with J-Dub was here earlier, and it was like, yeah, like from a game of the year perspective, I can't not give it to Mario. Like it's like whatever game what games I can play around the kids ends up being just so much more accessible to me. And so I am looking forward to spending more time with Cyberpunk 2077 just because it's such a quality, like they've done such a good job, especially with all the updates and everything. And the 2.0 changes basically. And then they're working on another one. So it's like, I think that's going to be really nice. Astroneer. Okay. But I've been playing, yeah, man, it's been a good 2023 ended into a real awesome highlight. So many good games. I still my backlog is still absurd. So I was like, all right, I want to get want to beat 16. Then I want to play Final Fantasy 7R. Come on. Oh, that's really cool. I picked up an early access space game. I haven't played it yet. That's my story of my life. I buy games. I'm like, oh, I'll get to it eventually. Years later. Spaceborne, yeah.
Yeah, that one's very good. Astroneer is more like a crafting-based game.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty good. It's not as complex as Space Engineers, which is extremely in the weeds, but it's very good crafting space survival game.
Okay. Come on, get him down. There we go.
I want to see what his health is at. Put your big heads in the way, Brian.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Let's go.
Get him. Get him.
Get him.
Back those ankles.
Use those crooked teeth.
Oh, come on. So much. Like, keep dodging. Come on.
Up and dive and dodge.
Yeah. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. It's like a cutscene time. Oh, I guess I just thought it was. Come on, get up there. Come on, burn them, baby. Games that I've really enjoyed might be, well, I actually like, it's all, game from an enjoyment perspective, and this is what drives so many on the internet to really despise me. It's like, I find enjoyment in like every video game. So it's like when people are like, Forspoken's trash, I'm like, it's actually, there's a lot of fun stuff to like about it. And so I usually end up defaulting to be like, what's its value, right? So like, Forspoken at $70, not worth it. Forspoken at $20, now we're talking. So I enjoyed Forspoken last year. It was Star Citizen, if you haven't not been following, like I am coped out on that game. Really excited to see the changes that roll out this year, and honestly, I think it's going to be a game to, a real game to watch here over the course of the next 2-3 years, assuming things go right. I think of it like, Blasphemous 2. Been playing through that. That's a real treat.
There's a lot of good games coming up here soon.
Oh yeah, and then so I haven't played Dragon's Dogma, but I'm really interested in the sequel though. What they showed off is really cool.
Is that million damage or 100,000?
I think we're in the millions. I think it's in this absurd. Like, what is a million hit points of damage? Sure.
Yeah, why not? Just throw it out there.
I did like a stagger thing where I thought it was said 2 million. I was like, oof.
My will is inviolable.
Yeah, Cameron says more like coped out. Yeah. Am I right? Yeah. Hey, Palm, how you doing?
Exposed what you were. Weak. You conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core.
1 second, I'm in a cutscene.
For in us you saw yourself. And realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world. Like the coward you are.
Oh, yeah.
You know me. You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
I'm doing good.
Bathed in light, I stand above you, my rebirth complete. And you, for your defiance, shall pay the proper price. An eternity of anguish.
Anguish. Pain. Suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together, and that makes us strong.
All right, here we go. Ultimaeus.
My will be done.
Oh, whoa, he grabbed me.
Petulant child.
Oh, fudge.
Nice try.
Oh.
Tempest rage. I will crush you.
There we go. Stagger. Woo, baby. Here we go.
Eat him.
Gale unrelenting.
Oh no!
I see your Garuda with my Garuda.
Everybody Garuda. Did he just attack you with chicken arms?
Yeah, that's Garuda. Oh, okay. Ramu versus Ramu. Let's go. Whose will is stronger? Nice.
Little did he know that Brian is an expert square pusher.
I am really, really good at pressing one button repeatedly. See, this would have been cool in terms of like having like all of the, I like this. It's like, I got all of them, don't I?
You cannot have this power. It is not yours to take.
Oh.
Darkness spread.
Come on, Brian.
Let's go, Brian.
You can do it. laser beams.
Ah, he teleports every time. Should always feel like I should use that more or less when he's staggered. There we go, staggered him.
Teleported just to fall over.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
Eat that horse.
Ice on feeling. Shiva.
Together!
It'd be so cool if, like, this is stripping him of his powers or something, but...
Darkness. Unending.
That's the plan, dude. I'm feeling okay. We'll see here.
Onward, my son.
Yeah. That music, dude, is so good.
Mine is the altar at which you pray. Mine are the eyes that look down upon you all.
Limit break. Oh,
Yet
crap.
Still, you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same.
We are not the same.
Let's go. Oh, crap. There we go. Now that.
Before I shell out my hard-earned income to some guy named Lost in Walmart, I'm going to do an interview on that, though.
Welcome back, Blueprint. Welcome back, dude.
Yeah, I had to step away for a bit. Lost in Walmart is not a good selling name for a security control.
It is from a story in my youth. Like when I was
I picked up on that.
My dad did what dads always do. Like, oh, I'll be fine taking to the store by myself to my mother. But he was not fine.
Guys get distracted, man.
Yeah.
Perfect. And you're a boy. You should be able to handle yourself on your own anyways. Cut you loose in a Walmart and see how well you survive in there.
I survived just fine for 30 minutes with the entire store trying to chase me.
How'd your mom handle it?
She found out after we got home, which is probably best for me. But I was a very active lad.
Oh, yeah, ADHD like every other kid on the planet. Take your drugs, settle down. Go ahead.
I learned when I was younger that just because something is the same color doesn't mean it goes together. Right? So, I had some orange juice. And I also had a goldfish. I did not have a goldfish for very long.
I thought you were going to
No. My mother found me as I was pouring the pitcher into the goldfish tank.
My daughter has a story of a couple of kids they found in the toy aisle at Walmart opening up every toy package there, and the parents were nowhere to be found, and so they ended up calling the police, and the police found the parents at the casino next door.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Classy people.
Let that be a lesson for you there, Father Brian.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Probably wanted a casino to get paid for it all.
How old were the kids? That like makes me nervous. Like,
they were young enough. She didn't say. I don't remember if she did. I don't remember. But
like if you're saying that they were 16 years old, I'm like, all right, yeah, they should definitely know better. They're going to be getting those things down. If they're 4 years old, why would you leave 4 years old at Walmart?
Well, it's just.
I guess they are gamblers because it's like, like I see the stats. Like that's the thing I try not to be is a helicopter dad.
Yeah, well, I guess they were young enough not to know that they can't open up all the toys in the toy aisle.
We hope so.
Well, cops were shown, child protective services showed up. It was quite the ordeal.
Sounds like it.
Oh, she's got stories. Some I can't even put on Discord. Yeah.
Old classic wild. I've been lost there for decades, let me tell you.
Oh, I love Walmart.
Dude, so Elden Ring like definitely has like what I would say the RPG edge over 16, namely because what I was like talking about earlier on the like the podcast, the stream, is that Elden Ring has that seeking of the systems. Like you have to engage with the systems. Here, I don't think I've ever found anything that I want to like. Oh, I'm gonna grind for. I'm gonna go do this, that, and the other thing. Outside of like, give me more potions, please.
You feel like Elden Ring made you better at these types of games?
Elden Ring, absolutely. But Elden Ring, from its game system, forces you to like, oh yeah, I want to think through my build, my weapon. Here, it's just play the game. It's very curated. Hopefully that answer makes sense.
Sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose.
You guys are a quiet crowd. I like that. I'm an older guy. I'm a get off my lawn kind of guy, and I'm getting more and more into that.
The thing that always annoyed me about like bars was when bars were like so loud. I was like, I want to go to a place where I can have a drink and a conversation.
Yep. In my younger years, even when I was in the bar scene, which wasn't a lot. Didn't drink a lot, but if there was a live band and I heard it in the parking lot, I just turned around and got back in the car.
You're like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, not doing it.
Thanks guys for the 24 likes, by the way.
Who will give me the strength to end your reign?
I belong to an org. It's a real peaceful org, and we've got some real strict rules about being good to others and stuff. But I bounce all over Discords, and so far you guys are pretty laid back.
Oh, thank you.
There's been some that I got into, and I couldn't stand being there for more than about an hour. And I can't do it.
That's kind of the philosophy. That's the kind of philosophy that I've always just like tried to like just champion, and I know that for several people like that want to like do certain things, I'm like, I get it. We're probably not a group for y'all, but for those who are just like, yeah, you got a job and a life, your family comes first, and when you have the chance to game, come game. And if you and if we don't see you for 6 months, like like you're always welcome. Like we get it, man. Like
hardcore casuals.
Well, yeah, definitely hardcore casuals. And it's like, and it's funny because there's so many people out there that it's like, oh man, you don't like. I don't think you understand. Like I tell like some of the comedians, it's like I don't think you understand what it costs me to do comedy. I don't think you understand what it costs to game. It's like there's so much like honey-do list and stuff. It's like because it's not. I don't think it's fair to be like, all right, babe, I'm gonna go play a game for 6 hours. Good luck. It's like how do I make sure that there's like there's a level of like give back to my wife who makes all these crazy things I do possible.
Now, there's a few memes in regards to that scenario.
Happy wife, happy life, man.
Well, not just that, but a girl trying to get her boyfriend's attention from the video game,
Oh yeah, that's actually video games have reduced. Video games are reducing the population. They are.
Yeah, that is true.
Sex is down. For some of y'all, like I can't relate to that personally. 99999.
Not for the guy who's 6 feet tall and perfectly fit and makes $2 million a year. He's doing just fine.
Yeah, it's true. There is a.
Yeah, but that's always the case.
Oh yeah. Even in the wild, it's like that. You know?
Well, the problem is, don't you need like new fresh blood? Otherwise, if you're just like, it's like it ends up being like what?
Oh, those guys I just described aren't popping out kids. They know how to prevent that. But
I heard some guys giving a talk like, get a vasectomy and reverse it later. You're in your prime grind time. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's some weird logic.
I had 2 kids and then I got one. Wife and I agreed that's it. We're good.
Tell me.
No regrets.
No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets. Well, for those of you here, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Hold on, Blue, for that. I'm gonna listen to this cutscene.
I honestly don't know, but I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up. We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that is our way.
He said the line. Roll credits. I love the Final Fantasy Overture.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
Yeah. Who knows, man? I'm not too worried about the heat death of the universe. So is Joshua actually dead?
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along. But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me. These are our terms.
Well, that was cool. Oh, we got some credits. Oh, we got some credits. Holy crap.
So yeah, the classics.
Is that the light at the end of the tunnel?
Holy cow, Brian.
He might, if they still talk, then I'll have to mute. It's like,
you're good.
I wake up on a beach.
When Ultima was in his dying death throes, I was like, man, it looks like a Texan in 60-degree weather.
I stopped watching so I don't get spoiled.
Oh, you're good, dude.
I hate spoilers.
See, I'm not spoiler sensitive. It's like, all right. I don't understand why people on purpose try to ruin it for others.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we talked about on Epic Loot Radio that well, we gave this best narrative, so I'm trying to preserve that best narrative for 2024 at some point.
I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Oh, sorry, we got to talk. 1 second. So he's his skin is acting like that of a bear now. Which is not a good sign. Woo, Fido. This is 25 earlier here. Below zero. Oof. Oh, a baby.
Aren't you the most beautiful thing?
Oh, Ida had her baby.
Let me see, let me see. Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I'm sorry.
Scaring him.
It's all right.
You're just teasing us with that red moon. Go out?
A sky of scattered tears, 1,000 years apart.
Oh no.
Should they fade, I will not be afraid of the dark.
If you need a rest, I can take him.
I'll hold you to that.
Well, yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted.
Yeah, the how.
Did our journey end?
Well.
Oh. Every time.
light it?
Yes, Mother. Come on. If only I had the flames of an icon.
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on, hurry! Hurry! All right. Right, let's play the Saint in the Secretary. No, I don't want to be Madu. What do you want to play then? War of the Icons! Again? Well, alright. Did I get to be a freak? Right, I'm the older brother. Because Bahamut says so.
Create game clear data. No option not to. Create. There we go. Oh. I'll go. Yeah, this one. Back to their origin complete. New Game Plus. New Game Plus is now available at the top of the screen. This option allows you to start a new game with the player and item data carried over from the previous complete playthrough. The gameplay mode Final Fantasy is also available exclusively in New Game Plus. Final Fantasy gameplay mode offers the following: increased enemy strength, increased player level cap to 100, new gear and items, more exclusive content. This mode is recommended for players who wish to test their limits. All right. Woo! I don't think we're going to be doing New Game Plus today, but that's going to be something I'm going to have to absolutely check out. Thoughts on the ending? You're going to get me any time that it has you bring in the kids. It's not spoilers. Like, it was just like a kind of teaser. But yeah, like, they're definitely feeling heavy emotions and a little bit of joy that they went that far, you know, as opposed to like
they didn't back out of it.
Right. Because
I'm just curious as to what the first DLC is.
Yeah. See, I haven't played that yet. I haven't picked it up, but that's going to be something. What I want to do now, though, just to kind of talk through.
I'll talk to you. I'll ask you your questions later when like we're alone, and so that we don't spoil anyone.
I can definitely say I was wrong about Final Fantasy 16, and while like I still really, really, really enjoyed this game, I really wish they went further in the RPG elements. And that in and of itself, I was like, with like stats and like I never felt like I was chasing anything from that aspect of it. Like, so it was pure story, you know, and it was also like, and gosh, I know people probably like, there's people who are struggling playing through it. That's a bummer, but it was really easy. And that's where I was like, I really want to check out the Final Fantasy mode to see how that feels, if it feels any different. And then they have the Ultima mode as well, just to see how that feels. And it's like, and if it feels right, let's say the Final Fantasy mode feels right, like I wish they would have given you the option throughout, like be like, hey, I want a little bit more challenge, and then like, because they have been doing that in other games. Go ahead.
Well, I think they should have done 2 difficulties, like normal, and then like,
yeah,
I guess normal, and then a harder difficulty. Yeah.
The music is so good though. So I absolutely can't wait for like the players who don't have a PS5 and are waiting to play this on PC, like, yes, you should absolutely get this game. But I definitely have a different perspective on like how it's all structured. Let's see here, Grand Blue Fantasy. Beautiful artwork. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna end this stream, set the settings, and so it's gonna be Grand Blue Fantasy, and and it should, if you're on the YouTube side, auto raid you into the appropriate stream itself, and then that's what we're gonna spend a little bit more time. If you guys want to hang out late into the evening or morning,
Yeah, man.
depending where you are, I don't have to get up early tomorrow, so that's a big win.
Morning for me.
Yeah. All right, guys, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna hit end the broadcast here, and if you're on the Twitch side, it should refresh here in just a second. So just give me a little bit of that, and then I'm gonna get some more water, and I'm gonna go to the restroom. And then we're gonna check this new game out. So see you guys in a second. YouTube side, you should be good. And yeah,